Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
Lewis, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Damn, people quit flashing.
Hold on. I know, right?
Yeah.
I try to fade it out. You know, it's been a minute since I've been back at my house. Feel like I ain't got my setup right. I had to get something to drink. Shoot.
You got the microphone in the clip now, so we about to blow up now.
Right. I moved it back into the shot just so I can sound better. That's how you know somebody about to really say something.
Nah, they be like
positive, every angled in. Like I said, looking in the camera, do the caption words. That's how you make a clip everybody want to watch over and over again. It's not really saying anything that you ain't never heard before, but they add dramatic music and it turns into a big clip. But we do want. We're not hating. We hating a little bit, but we do want.
Who hating on?
Well, you know,
how you got the same controller I got? The red. I got the red one.
You got the red one.
Yeah, I just had to buy it because my original broke.
Oh yeah, I got that one because it's on sale. Anytime a controller's on sale, because you know the original ones be like $50, $60 sometimes, especially for the new Xbox.
Yeah.
So if I see one on sale for about $40, $30, I'm getting that. And that red one was about $30, I think.
Let me see.
Around the holidays.
I don't know. You can see it. You probably can't see it.
Oh yeah, down at the bottom.
Yeah, that red thing. Yeah, the original broke on me. I'm telling you, I got the baddest luck with electronics. I barely play video games.
Right, it's not you. It's not you. They're just not made the same. But go ahead.
Why mine's break and my nephews play all day long? They got the same one.
Right. I don't know. What do you play when you play? Because I know we were talking about getting a new Xbox when I was in Georgia, but.
Getting a new Xbox.
Remember what you were saying? You was gonna get it through Best Buy. Remember we was looking
I got
for
a new one.
But that's what I'm saying. We was excited that you got it. What have you played though?
I would play like maybe a few games. Right now, I'm playing Fallout 76.
Okay,
came out 4
years
classic. Ago.
Yeah, that's a classic. I never beat that game, so I got to make sure I spin back on those games because they're not really making no games like that anymore. So you could kind of run through the old games.
How Mr. Taylor know we gonna talk about the Cowboys and he can't see your screen?
Well, you probably see the title and the thumbnamb. I got Jerry Jones in the thumbnail.
Okay, well go ahead and pop him on there.
Okay, I'll throw Mr. Jones on there because it's not like we haven't really talked about Jerry Jones. We talked about the Cowboys. I was gonna try to find a clip, but I've been busy with stuff because we said the Cowboys are great, but they always
said that.
We said the Cowboys look good. We say Dak.
Who said that?
We'll go back to the clip because I remember it. I remember it vaguely. We didn't say they was going to the Super Bowl, but what I was saying is the organization has too much pressure on them, and usually in the playoffs, that's when they choke because they know if we don't win, you see this man with these eyes right here looking old, looking like he ready to crack that whip. And as soon as we'll get into the game, but as soon as the Packers scored that first touchdown, did you watch the game? I watched the game. This is how Dak eye was like, he was looking on the sideline. He was like, oh,
we cancel our view because I thought the game came on at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out the game was almost over at 8:30.
You're right. Right.
That's the time I turned on the TV. But the reason the Cowboys won't never win until Jerry Jones get fed to the hippo or alligator.
So you think he got some bad karma? What do you think?
Yeah, the hippo alligator, that means hell in the European language.
Okay.
I posted our Facebook video that we did 2 years ago. How he was boycotting them black people going in that school.
Yep.
He ain't gonna win no Super Bowls. Your whole team full of people like that. Hold on, quick, Brandon. Hold on, right quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk. But like we were saying, like, you know, God probably wanted to give Jerry Jones something. And the Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, they have won a Super Bowl before. I think it might have been 28 years ago. But sometimes God will give you something, and if you don't appreciate it and you don't value it, and you think it's all about you, He's going to take it away from you, and you're never going to get it again until you fix the past or you fix the mistakes you made. It's some things. Jerry Jones has money. He can impact people's lives with his money, with his influence, all that kind of stuff. He could help with reparations. He could help with all kind of things, because I'm pretty sure his family has benefited from slavery, from some other things white people have, passed down from their family and stuff like that. But if you just holding on to stuff and you being tight with money, don't want to pay players, or you being cheap, why would you be cheap if you 80 something years old and you don't have that much longer to live? If you really want to win a Super Bowl again, if that's what you really want, maybe he don't really want to do it, so he want to be tight with it. But
the Bible says you ought to go enjoy the finest things here on earth, or most likely you won't make it to see his final things in heaven.
You're right.
So also with Jerry Jones, and none of his problem, he's a micromanager, Brandon.
Yeah,
that's what I believe.
Yeah, you text me that. So what do you mean?
I text you that.
We talked about the Cowboys game. You were saying I think I said something about he gonna be cracking that whip on his players if they lose. I think this was before the game or something. Yeah, I have to look what I checked through.
Micromanager. Here's micromanagers.
Go ahead.
Definition of micromanager. Brandon is being a Dratum. He had a job as a Dratum. I learned this word today.
Okay, go ahead.
A Dratum is a person who delivers alcohol. So Brandon was a professional deliverer of alcohol, driving the big 18-wheeler.
That's true.
His boss tracks his speed. If he goes over 4 miles per hour, his boss will pick up the phone. Hey, you're speeding.
Yeah.
He's 1 minute late or 1 minute too early. Call him up. Hey, you're doing this. Brandon's about to offload the truck. The boss only offload one truck in his whole life. Hey, when you get down there at the back of the store, make sure you slide this down right here. Don't pull it like that. You got to put it like this.
Right.
That's Jerry Jones. He won't let people do their job they get hired for.
So do you think it's a good time to be a micromanager ever? Or you think it's if the job is getting done and everything is safe and people are doing the right thing, it's okay. You don't have to be overbearing as a supervisor or as an owner.
Correct. If the job is getting done by your requirements, you don't have to be dipping your toe in somebody else's Kool-Aid. All right. And tell them to drink it like that.
Right. And you know what? One thing, I mean, we know Jerry is always going to be asked questions about the Cowboys when they lose, but other teams lose and get knocked out of the playoffs. They don't go running to the owners to see what the owners have to say, but Jerry wants to be as big as the team and he wants to be in the media. So that's another part of it. Like, how many snaps did Jerry Jones? Was he down there on the field practicing? Or is he just...
No, he ain't practicing.
So do we really need to hear from Jerry Jones to say he don't know what he gonna do with his team?
Well, Brandon, you got to remember, and ladies, y'all, if y'all want a highly successful man with a whole lot of money and a lot of power, and nobody can tell him nothing, that's Jerry Jones, or what they like to use wrong, or narcissistic behavior.
Narcissistic
behavior. Okay. How you gonna tell a narcissist, I assume, he can't be down there with the light shining on him?
Right.
Ain't Donald Trump always got to say something?
You're right. Yeah.
Only person who shut Donald Trump up was a black woman.
And who was that?
Check the clips. Check the clips. Those are the only people who shut him up.
Yeah. But do you think, like, because like I said, we knew this was going to happen. Stephen A. Smith knew the Cowboys was going to lose. Like, Bubba Dub was hyped. I mean, I saw a clip before the game. He was saying they was going to beat the Packers. They was going to be eating on cheese. What happened? Like, it's not like the Cowboys aren't good, but as soon as they got that touchdown scored on them butts got tight. There was him and CeeDee Lamb. Had said some kind of. They wasn't on the same page. I'm not gonna say they had a disagreement because I don't really know, but it was something going on in that locker room.
Here's what happened. Dak is a great quarterback. In the words of Cam Newton, he's a game manager.
Yeah.
If the game get out of manage, He can't break. He can't.
He can't.
By
Right.
the evidence. By the evidence,
Mhm.
he cannot win the game.
Mhm.
Now we've seen Dak get behind by 30 points before and come
And
back,
what happened?
lose the game.
Right, there you go. Okay, I was
We
about to
see that
say.
all the time.
All the time, right? But when
Or
he's
come back
ahead,
and throw a pick.
right? When he's ahead, doesn't he look good?
Oh yes.
He look great with it.
Oh yes, he looks good.
But it's
And-
something about that pressure when you have to score, especially in the playoffs. Like it's if we don't win tonight, we going home, and that's a lot of pressure. Not everybody can deal with that kind of pressure. And
Right.
you know, my quarterback Jordan Love, he hasn't played good this season, but when they got in the playoffs against the Cowboys, did he look like he was ready to play? He looked like if we lose this game, I'm going home. So I'm not ready to go home yet.
Shoot,
That's
he
the
looked
difference.
like an $8 million man. That's what he looked like.
right.
He was under that ball, and the Dallas, brother, they was on that man.
Dallas was on. Right.
We let that ball go.
It was right on time. Like it didn't even look real. Like the way he
Correct.
was playing, he was looking like a video game, or he was playing on a different level. And like I've watched a lot of his games, he didn't look that good. I watched a lot of his throws. He's never been that accurate, but as of late, he's been super accurate, like to the point where it's just right. It's right on the money, and you can't teach that. Some quarterbacks have that skill. Does Dak have that? I think he has some.
No.
He has listen. He has some of that in the regular season when they're playing the Giants. He can light the Giants up when it doesn't matter, or he can light some of these defenses up that they know what they're doing against. You can pick them apart. I'm not saying he could throw deep because he don't play like that really. See, he has a number one wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb. They can make some big plays.
Imagine if they had two receivers. Who they had last year?
Cooper?
Cooper.
Cooper. Yeah, he was.
And they let him go because they didn't want to pay him.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to pay these players. But I think Jerry was like, well, we got a really good team and we could probably win without him. But at this stage of my life, if I've got money to burn, I got oil money. I've got old money. Like I don't care about how much I got to pay. Like I'll pay the taxes or whatever, because it's been so long that we haven't won a Super Bowl. We get knocked out the playoffs. We're a joke. I don't want my legacy to be a joke like that. I'm gonna pay whatever it's gonna take to get us to the end. But that's not the only problem that Cowboys got. But go ahead, I'll let you finish.
Jerry Jones has new money. Don't get it twisted or tangled.
Okay. So when you say new money, what do you mean? Because break it down.
Because when he bought the Cowboys, I'm trying to look it up.
Okay,
how much did he pay for the Cowboys? $500,000.
Okay, but back when it's the value is skyrocketed. Yeah, value of the Cowboys is skyrocketed.
And now it's like worth like $6 million.
Billion, I think.
$6 billion.
Yeah. It's like one of the
this
top
man got the money.
Teams. Yeah, he's got it for sure.
And he just take loans off that stuff.
Right.
And don't pay no taxes on it.
Yeah, well, because they're in Dallas. I mean, they're in Texas for sure.
No.
What?
He could take a loan off his evaluation, get that money, and work with that money. That's not income. That's debt. You can't get taxed on debt.
Okay. So he knows all of this. He knows all of this. And still wants to negotiate with players. Do you think that's a smart thing to do if you're trying to win a Super Bowl? Because like I say, you don't want to just pay people more than what they owe, because we've had this conversation before too. Sometimes you do want to pay people more so they can stay and work hard if they're gonna stay and work hard. But the Cowboys didn't even want to play. They was looking like they didn't want to play.
You said they was looking like they didn't want to play?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you why this man ain't going to pay no money.
Timothy said Dak Prescott could have had Randy Moss and Jerry Rice in their prime and still would have lost.
This the reason this man ain't going to pay no money. All right.
And is it just who? What? Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Lewis,
the slave master,
Lewis,
say, I'm going to pay my slaves some money?
Lewis, Jerry said he didn't know what they were doing that day. He just was looking. He wasn't trying to oppress anybody.
Man, you see these cameras? Man, these $50,000 cameras back there in black and white.
Right.
This man, that's why he ain't gonna win nothing, and he don't need to win nothing.
So you thinking he was there trying to oppress some people that day, and that karma is still with him?
Damn, bro, how you get back your screen back on?
Right, like that.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
But Jerry Jones, he was a young man. He didn't know what he was doing. He just stumbled onto that event that they were having. He wasn't trying to deny some black kids going to the school.
And Mr. Taylor, you are correct. Who's going to pay $60 million for Dak?
But remember, the people were saying he was almost the MVP, right? They were saying he playing so good.
You said that. I didn't say that.
No, I said he was playing good. I wouldn't give him MVP. I think I was saying Tyreek Hill or somebody like that. I think I say Lamar Jackson would be MVP just because if you take him off of that team, that's a whole different team. Correct. But if you take Dak off of the Cowboys, they still got a good team.
You can have Cooper Rush slinging that ball. He gonna sling it for real.
And the same with the San Francisco quarterback. That's if you get another quarterback, it's still a game managing quarterback, and they'll probably be okay.
Correct. People apologize to Cam Newton. Game changer.
Game manager
is a game manager. Only person who could play both, that's why he's the GOAT, is Tom Brady. Tom Brady will manage that game, the whole game, unless you get him down.
Yeah. I mean, he can fight back. Yeah. He'll start zinging that ball in and having everybody running the routes like they need to run so he can make it work and score a touchdown or kick a field goal because he'll always get on touchdown. He'll get you in field goal range to win the game.
Yeah, he'll do 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards. Next thing you know, a person going for 15. You see?
Right.
He's a game changer and a game manager.
Right. And Timothy said Jerry Jones thought he was at lunch recess.
Yeah, and down. Mr. Taylor, your parents, who's parents? Mississippi?
He was from Chicago, right?
Yeah, he was Cowboys' parents, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from somewhere in the South. Okay.
Mr. Taylor, your parents may be like my parents back in the day, born in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
For amusement, they'll go window shopping downtown because downtown was a big place to go.
Yeah.
It could be 4 stores downtown in a country town. They'll go out there and look at, they can't go in the store because segregation.
Yeah.
But they can look at the windows on Sunday and wish they could have those white only clothes.
And then in some restaurants where it's segregated, right?
Yeah, you can't go in that restaurant. You have to. So if they went to a if they had to order food, they had to go in the back and pick it up.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If they had to go to the movies, they had to go upstairs and watch the movies.
Right.
And like my mom said, they used to throw the popcorn down at the white folks.
And like you say, the people who were living during this time, white and black, are still alive and running a lot of these companies. They have influence over their children to think the same kind of thing. So it's not like this stuff is going anywhere. You might not see it anymore. You might not be treated differently in your face directly all the time, but it's a big difference still. It's still present.
When you look at when they zoom the camera in Jerry Jones' business box, who all up in there, Brandon?
There's some white people. I can't remember who he had in there, but
can't we at least get some Mexicans in the damn booth in Texas?
No.
Jesus. You know,
they serving drinks in there. They're not sitting down there with them.
Yeah, you serving drinks. Yeah, a black person ain't allowed to serve drinks.
But that's what I'm saying. Where's Michael Irvin? Where's some of the other old players? Emmitt Smith. They don't have none of them players coming to the playoff game. I mean, I'm sure they do, but they're not in the booth with Jerry.
Now, remember, those guys like Jerry because Jerry, for some reason, was paying those guys good and overlooked.
They were.
Michael Irvin
on
still drugs highly and fucking hoes
at the White House.
Yeah. He overlooked that. He said, "Hey, we're gonna get you in rehab. we ain't gonna spin you a game,
right?
Because we need you. Now get out there and catch some balls."
Right. And some of them still, well, they kind of look at Jerry as like a father figure, which is, I get it, but
yeah, because they didn't have a father. That's why. Imagine a father comes to support you. This man, Michael Irvin talked about only food he had to eat was bread and sugar when he was at college. Right. So he could have this man give him millions of dollars.
But is it for nothing or is it for an exchange for services?
It's an exchange for services.
Right. So it's not out of the kindness of his heart.
No, it's not.
Right. So I know they love Jerry and they want to do all this stuff, but if you were just a regular black person, he was like, Jerry, I need somewhere to stay, or I need some food, or XYZ. What are the odds of him trying to help you out? You think he gonna have the same kind spirit? He gonna look after you? He gonna believe in you?
He's not. It's always got to be a quick quote. That means you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Right. One hand washes the other.
Yeah. So everything's got to be a quick quote.
And whenever I can't use you anymore, that's it.
Uh-huh.
But and I was just thinking about something else. Oh, wait, let me see what Timothy said real quick. If you black looking at a white man as a father figure, then your parents have failed you. That's a good point. I was trying to think. I can't imagine thinking that way. You know, like if I have a father and this is Jerry Jones is taking me in, he's I'm playing for him, and I would never look at him as a father figure, even if I was missing my father.
Well, hello. I don't want to put it like Mr. Taylor. I don't want to put it like that. It's a small amount of people who may be good role models and may not look at color. So for everyone, it could be a white man. So everyone like that.
Okay.
You got 3 million who'll do the complete opposite.
Right.
So I don't want to pull it like that. It's some out there, but it's very rare.
But me as a parent, like if you abandon, like I said, we've talked about this before, because sometimes you say it's on the woman, like sometimes she'll keep you away from your child, and that's a real thing. But still, as a parent, like you're still a parent whether you get to see your kid or not, and you have to try to fight to be present in your kid's life, because they're going to be looking for that, to fill that void somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And
if that's your kid. You didn't birth the kid, did you?
Yes, I did, in a way. Yeah.
No, you didn't, Brandon. You did not birth the kid.
If I wasn't present,
the videos, it could be one female dog and 5 dogs around. Who's the papa? Huh?
I get what you're saying. But
who knows?
If I wasn't there, would it be the same kid? No, it wouldn't. So you are half that biological. You're half related. Like that's you, and that child is half you. So it's whether somebody's trying to keep you from them or not. Like you got to be present, and you do not want this man. You don't want your kid calling this man dad. You just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I found. Well, we don't know the conversations they had, so.
And do a little segue, because when you're not present as a parent, or sometimes you could be present and they still turn out this way. Did you see the video? Lil Nas X. I actually just watched a video last night just because I heard people talking about it. I'm like, why are we still talking about Lil Nas X?
Why I be watching the video? Latest. What happened in this video?
Well, they in heaven and he's trying to act like he's Jesus. He's on the cross. So
he was the devil last year, right?
Last year he was he twerked on the devil, then he killed the devle, then he became the devil.
But he had the devil's shoes. He was taking blood out of him.
He became,
put them in the Nikes,
right,
and sell them on the internet,
right.
So now he's who? Jesus.
Now he's Jesus. Yeah,
that's more believable.
And somebody, okay, well, why do you say that? That's a good point.
Because lately, every time I see a rapper, when they got Jesus as a Caucasian man around his neck, look, I said, you ain't know who that is. Don't even know that Jesus piece. You don't even know who that picture is.
So you saying that Lil Nas X is actually closer to Jesus than what the rappers have on their neck? Is that what you're trying to say?
Probably.
Yeah, that because you are right.
I said, how you know that's a picture of Jesus? You taking what they sold you at these churches,
yeah,
and you putting that around your neck. This is my Jesus piece.
Yeah,
man, you better take that head of Jesus, put a cross up or something.
So you don't believe in that, because like you say, it is a white Jesus, and that's the image of Jesus that we have now. So that's what they're gonna go put on their chain.
What if Jesus looked like Donald Trump? Who will know the difference? You ain't know the
won't know
difference.
the
Where at. You see,
Right.
the story they tell you.
He's taking the face,
Right,
sweet Jesus,
sweet
literally. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's all a troll. It's all for attention because his buzz kind of died down. People don't care, but you have to keep doing this kind of stuff to keep getting mentioned, to keep your money going, and it's working. Like I said, I just recently watched a video, but who cares? We got to stop caring so much about this stuff and being outraged about this stuff, and not outraged about people kicking your students out of their school so they can have immigrants living in the school and got your kids doing remote school at home. Which one is more important? Which one is more covered more? Like, who cares if it's a music video?
Is the music good? What the music talk about, Brandon?
No, I ain't gonna. It's a nice beat. He's saying something about I'm Jay Christ, and he said he was gonna do a gospel album. I try not to. Like I said, his music sounds good. You could tell he's got good production behind him, like expensive production.
You had to.
Well,
you had to.
Yeah.
They pay. You got to pay a man to put in a dress.
Right.
I seen Brandon something on Facebook. About an off. I forgot a name, but it was a message
pertaining to this kind of or what?
Yeah, let me show you.
Go ahead.
Running wild. It says white supremacy, telling our men and women to hate each other as well as themselves. At this rate, very soon, our women will be teaching their girls to hate black men, and our men will be wearing dresses.
Okay.
Dr. Francis Westland. I got this in my cart on eBay, so I will get that book, the ISIS papers.
Very, very smart woman. And you sent me some stuff about Color Purple too, because they keep pushing that whole thing. I was telling my wife, like, I'm tired of hearing about the negativity. I was telling my mom this too, like, we got to get away from seeing that over and over and then again, and just that like Danny Glover's character. Like I said, I don't know what they did in the musical, but just that toxic stuff. I'm not gonna say toxic, just dysfunctional and abusive. Like, we don't necessarily need to see that. And something I was telling my mom, like, they making slave movies, and you keep watching this traumatic stuff. It's hurting you more than helping you, because when we see it, we're not empowered to get better. It's just kind of wearing us down. Like, how many Holocaust movies do they make? Or how many Holocaust movies do they let us make? Like, they wouldn't make that because they don't want to see that. They don't even want to talk about it. But this, goes back to the author of The Color Purple. Like I say, you just got to be careful with this stuff, because people have a hatred towards certain groups or certain agendas, and they'll write a book or write a play, and it get big and grow, and it just depicts me and you the wrong way.
Correct. We did a post that somehow it's easier when a person is in an interracial marriage. Mm-hmm. Somehow it's easier to talk negative on the same gender of the opposite sex.
Yeah. So
she's married to a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow she could dog out black man to the Color Purple. Brady, is the Color Purple a real? Is it fiction?
Is it based on real story or false? It's fiction. I mean, fiction is false.
Fiction. Yeah, it's fiction. Mm-hmm. So we up here, I hate to say, our young sisters up here based in history of fiction.
Right.
And in reality, let's take them back to elementary school, Brady. Brady, you want me? I didn't want to do this, but something I'm about to learn today.
Go ahead. While you're doing that, let me say this one thing, because I wanted to take my daughter to see The Little Mermaid, and they played the Color Purple preview in The Little Mermaid, because the girl who plays in The Little Mermaid is in the Color Purple movie. So naturally, my daughter's like, "Oh, I want to see the Color Purple." I'm like, "No, we don't about to see no Color Purple," but they do that on purpose, because that's what they want young girls and older, because they know the older crowd is going to see it, but they want young girls interested in, oh, what's this? Color Purple, the girl from Little Mermaid's in it, so she's going to do a great job, and I want to kind of see it. And I don't know if you heard or not, they got a scene where I think Fantasia may be kissing a woman.
They lesbians in the first one.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't necessarily need to see that. Like, kids don't need to be seeing that kind of stuff. Like, if it happens, it happens. But being pushed on people, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Same with Lil Nas X. I'm gonna let you go, but same with Lil Nas X. They were pushing him on kids, and you see what he done turned to Satan and all this other stuff. But go ahead.
All right, here's a proof. Mass domestic DV in the black community was not big like it was in the Color Purple. I'm about to give you a history of Black American right here.
Okay.
Brandon, what's this a picture of?
Which one? The cows, the barn, little house on the prairie?
This is a farm.
Okay.
All right. So a lot of black people done a lot of agriculture for free.
Yeah, for free.
For sharecropping. And then for free and sharecropping. And what do you need to run a farm, Brandon? If they have no equipment back then.
You need tools. You tools.
Okay,
and
tools.
And you need livestock.
Livestock. How about big family?
Yeah, big family work too.
All right. A big family is made up of who, Brandon?
Big mama, the grandma,
the grandpa. Mama think you stereotyping. Because they wasn't big back then. She can't be big and she working in the farm.
Well, that's what they call big. That's not talking about her size necessarily, but that's what they call it. Big titty grandma. Somewhere. Yeah. Okay, right. Fair enough. She wasn't.
What's in a big family, Brandon?
You have the mom, the dad, you got the kids. It's like I say, sometimes you have the grandparents living there too to help out with the kids. And that used to be the family dynamic.
So Brandon said mom, daddy, kids. Mom, daddy, kids. From that, you get cousins. From that, you get uncles. From that, you get aunts.
Yeah.
All those people required to work on a farm because it wasn't equipment back then.
Right.
Now, Brandon, how many brothers you got, Brandon?
I got 2 brothers.
All right. If your wife, not your wife, if your mom and father had a daughter, so that how many brothers, how many boys and girls they have? They had 1 daughter.
3. We had 3 total. 2 boys and 1 daughter. And me, well, it'd be 4.
Okay. Now your young sister goes out with a boy around the corner. You know him well. You know his mama. You know his dad.
Yeah.
She comes back with a black eye. What's gonna happen?
Everybody going down there.
So how can mass DV happens in a tight niche community?
But before you do that, what is mass DV per se?
That means all the black women was walking around with black eyes.
Okay, well, just
with bruises.
Okay,
cuts.
I get. I'm just making sure.
I can't say nothing. That's how they were walking around.
Yeah.
You think black women was walking around like that?
I don't think so. And like I say, if it happened, it was corrected. It's not like it is now. Like, it'll happen now, and everybody pretend like nothing happened, and nobody will step in.
Now, let me.
They will sometime, but go ahead.
Let me give you a scenario when it happened back then. The Bible says you're supposed to stay near your family. We're community people. Black people are supposed to be a community of people.
Yeah.
If Brandon's sister say, I'm going rogue, I'm moving to Brooklyn, New York, I'm tired of living in South Carolina. She goes to Brooklyn, New York, get into a date with a guitar player, and the guitar player beats on her. Who coming up there to help her, Brandon?
Nobody's coming up there.
Because why?
It's too far. You can't travel like that back in the day. So you could barely go up the street. But so people, where you think people were moving away? I mean, they were, but that's a big thing compared to now, like as far as travel is concerned.
Well, I'm just trying to say, if your family was close knit, like not today, everybody knew each other. You had respectable man in your group. Ain't nobody's gonna beat nobody's mom or wife.
No.
Not like that.
No.
They both may be fighting,
but it's easy
grits in the pants.
It's easy to retell it, and movies like this help paint us as the bad guy and just a villain, and we were terrorizing our family when that wasn't the case. But that is the case now, because they've got all these movies, and it doesn't have anything to do with the wonderful person, all the stuff they were doing throughout slavery and throughout whenever we were free. Like even though we were set free, we were still attacked and brutalized and trying to, we've had families tearing apart through violence. Mm-hmm. So are we the bad guy? Are black men the bad guy? Are we the villain? No, we're not the villain. We've been traumatized and we need help. We need to come back together like we were. Our families need to be tied in like we were. Like me and you as friends, like we're more powerful together. Our families communicating. Like I know your mom. I've talked to your mom. You talk to my mom. Us checking on each other like that, building that bond. That's what strengthens us as people. Correct. But we don't do that enough.
Brandon mom knew me good enough to step out and stop that cop from harassing me.
Right.
You see, it could have went another direction if a witness wasn't out there.
Right.
Especially a black woman. She was right at the mailbox.
Right. And my mama don't play, but we'll tell the story. Lewis was getting pulled over as he was coming to my house.
Correct.
And like the cop had pulled, I'm not gonna say he was terrorizing us, but he pulled me over. He's pulled another friend over. He pulled Lewis over that day in front of my house. My mom could have sat inside and did nothing and let that cop try to take advantage of a young teenager at the time, because you knew what you were doing and you knew how to get out of that situation, but he's still a man and you're still a teenager at the same time. So go ahead.
And I was on the mindset, I'm not gonna lie. And the cop said, I'm going to do the lying.
Right.
I'm going to do the lying.
Right. Which doesn't make any sense. But like I say, just having my mom come out there, having that community. He didn't know whether that was your mom or whoever, but he knew it was an adult present now. So things can't go how he want to. Because if it was just you and him and y'all got to disagreeing, he could have said you was running away and I had to shoot him. You know what I'm saying? It's no telling what could have happened in that situation. Of course, that's exaggerated. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, it's better when you have people there looking out for you, having your back.
Correct. And that's what you get with a community, what we don't have. All right, brother, go. See, you want me? I want to put my Martin Luther King slides, but go ahead.
Okay.
We go finish yours.
But I want to read some of Timothy's track list that he got on here. Talking about for Lil Nas X gospel album. Track 1, He Touched Me. Track 2, The Blood Still Works. Track 3, Let My Cup Run Up Over. Track 4, Render Me. Track 5, Please Lay Hands on Me.
Now hold on, that ain't his real album. He was joking.
I don't know, but like I say, it could be. I think he's joking, but you never know with somebody like Lil Nas X. I was gonna read it anyway just because I thought it was funny. Well, like I say, we really don't know.
Yeah,
I need to look it up. But still talking about black men, and like I said, we like John Morant, but I wanted to add this picture to the slide just to say how important LeBron is and players that can stay healthy on the court year after year after year. Because like I say, he's supposed to be the star of the league, and now he's out for the season. He was already out 25 games for a gun incident, but now he's back. He was trying to bring resurgence to the Grizzlies, and now he's out for the season. We didn't really talk about it, but
now he came back. When he came back, dropping points. Like he ain't missed nothing. Like I do.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
The only reason he's dropping points because he don't know how to shoot yet. Well, in 5 years, he'll be dropping the points. He better learn how to shoot.
Right.
AI.
Right. and that's another thing. Like AI played a long time, but he's still not playing as long as LeBron. Like I just want people to appreciate what kind of player LeBron is. Never been out a whole season. KD has been out, Zion's out for sure. Like a lot of these players are out for long periods of time, and it affects their legacy moving forward. Like, and LeBron is he's still going. He's not the same player he is, but he's still one of the top players in the NBA.
You're right. And it's a clown show watching the Lakers.
Why do you say that? Because when they winning, when they looking a little better, they need to trade some players.
Russell Westbrook back on. They used to blame Russell Westbrook for losing the games. Now what is it now?
Yeah,
we know what it is.
What is it?
They can't play.
Right. They just need some better players. And one thing I was gonna say when I went to the Jazz game, they were playing the Nuggets, and I got to see Jokic. Denver got beat bad, but I could tell Jokic wasn't really playing. He didn't really want to play that hard because anytime he wanted to score, he did score. It wasn't anything they could do to stop him. But that's just what the NBA is. Like, you can be great, but night in, night out, you might not want to give you all every game. I think not. I don't think it's a lot of players that play like that. Like, Kobe was one of those players that played every game like it was his last game. Mm-hmm. Would you say Jordan did? Because you sent me a Jordan. Okay. Jordan played every game pretty hard. Allen Iverson did too. But a lot of these new players, I would say Ja Morant does. You think Ja Morant gives his full?
He's from South Carolina.
Okay, so what does that mean? That's how we get down. We're playing like it's our last.
You name all players who's born in the 60s and 70s. Players born in the 60s and 70s, it was a luxury. It was an honor to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's still an honor today, but they soft, man. They were sucking bottles in 2000. You know what I'm saying?
right, which is crazy.
They didn't know life out the internet.
Right.
They soft, wearing dresses, doing in the
they weren't doing TikTok video dances.
Doing TikTok.
Can you imagine if Jordan was doing that or Kobe? Like, it's just a different generation. Like, they wasn't playing around. Like, Kobe in some of them practices, if you listen to some of the old players talk about how Kobe was, like, Kobe was not joking. And we talk about in practice. It's just practice, but Kobe take that stuff serious. And
that's what Jordan did the same thing.
Jordan did the same thing, yeah.
They said practice was harder than the game.
Yeah, right, which is crazy. And those scrimmage games, like, if you beat Kobe or you beat Jordan, like, they're not letting that stuff go, even though it's practice.
Now, the problem with Ja Morant, his legs and arms the same size. So that's one problem.
But what do you think he need to do? You think he need to hit the weights, or what do you think
he need to quit flying into the air so much?
But that's part of his game. That's a big part of his game. Kind of like AI.
No, AI only got that high over the rim.
But he was still getting knocked to the ground a lot, and they start wearing that elbow shield, that sleeve.
But like I say, AI only got that high over the rail. All right.
Yeah, Ja Morant be flying. He'll land down this way and stuff, and that, which is dangerous.
I'm not sure how he got injured. Height. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying the 2 inches difference.
Right. And like I said, he's already injured a lot. But I was gonna put up some playoff stuff. All right, is there any matchups you wanted to kind of talk about?
Oh Lord.
What?
The American the Houston. Here's where the Super Bowls come out of. Houston, Baltimore. No, hold on. Houston, Baltimore, Green Bay, or San Francisco.
Okay.
The champs go come out of one of those.
Okay. But how do you like the matchup with Baltimore? Because Houston is a really good team.
Man, I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm pro-black. Yeah. I said Lamar got to get this one, but man, they got to have something up. See, watch this. They say Lamar is a game changer. Mm-hmm. But I ain't never seen him come back from behind though.
Well, that's a good point. You think he may have to do that this game with Houston? But I
hope not. I hope Clowney, our boy Clown, I need to get a jersey. I hope Clowney shows up and the defense shows up.
Yeah.
And put the CJ on his back legs.
Yeah, but we talked about that too last weekend. Like, when we talking about college football, like the biggest part of football is the offensive line and the defensive line. If you don't have your offensive line together and they're not holding the line, you're gonna have a hard day. I watched a lot of the Philadelphia Eagle game, and Tampa Bay was blitzing. As soon as he dropped back, he got to throw it because they right in his face. He tried to drop back like 7 steps as soon as he hiked the ball, but I think they did a stat. He has 2 seconds to figure out what he gonna do with that ball, or he gonna get sacked. Not get pressure. He gonna get sacked. Like, they was on him all night. It wasn't just a couple plays. They was on him soon, and it was nothing you can do.
So who was the problem, Brandon? Do you bring Jalen Hurts?
No, I blame him slightly, but it's nothing you can do. If you're not prepared for that and your coaches don't have no game plan outside of that, it's nothing you can do. I need them. I need my offensive line. Y'all need to hope. Y'all need to do something. I don't know that. Hype them up. But every time, as soon as they say "hut," they get out. They just push him out the way. It's like God, no. Like every single time, they would send blitz packages. They would, work around. They'll send the corners sometime for a blitz and stuff. It's just nothing you could do, and you don't have enough time to process what you're gonna do, or They don't have the scheme where as soon as I'm dropping back, somebody's coming across. I don't even have to look and see if he's there. I need to be able to throw the ball and know he's gonna be there.
But now I didn't watch the game. But I heard Shannon on Nightcap. Shannon was saying they was all the eligible receivers. They had them out there all the time. Instead of had extra blockers.
Yeah,
the
line,
they had like people
got 5 routes. Yeah, right. 5 people running routes for no reason. You need more. You need more people back here blocking. You need a running back blocking. You need a tight end blocking or something.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. He's like, because you have all these people running routes, but I don't even have enough time to look at you for you to even finish the route because they still running. I'm already tackled or throwing it out of bounds. So, like I say, they didn't know how to do another game plan and they just got beat. And same thing with Dallas. Dallas couldn't stop They couldn't stop Aaron Jones from running. Their defensive line wasn't tough enough. They didn't want to play. So
how about the 2 picks? How about the 2 critical picks? And
one of them a pick 6. It wasn't first half. It was the first half.
There you go. And that's what blew the game up.
You're right.
I think first one in the first quarter. Bam! That was pick 6. That was it.
Right. And like I say, it don't do nothing but add more pressure to your defense because as soon as they sit down, they got to get right back up because they got to get right back out there. So you're just making them more tired. So I think I'm gonna pick Baltimore just because I want to see Baltimore in the AFC Championship, and I want to see Buffalo just because I like Buffalo as a team. Kansas City, to me, they've won enough. I want to see somebody else, against Baltimore. Like, have we seen Kansas and Baltimore play? Like,
I don't think so.
No,
I don't know.
That would be a good. I think I like that game better, but I am kind of rooting for Buffalo. Do you think Green Bay? Do you think Green Bay can beat the 49ers? Because of course, I'm gonna say. Of course, I'm gonna say they're gonna win, but
see, Green Bay ain't fully developed man.
They're not. But if Jordan Love, let me ask you, if Jordan Love is throwing and playing like he did against Dallas, as far as when I say that he's making plays, he's making throws right on time, and it looks unreal. If he plays like that, do you think they can win?
Yes, but how he could play like that 2 games?
I don't know. Right? The last game of the season, he was playing like that, making passes where it's right on the money, just fall right in your hands.
And why he on one leg falling back,
throwing. They're like, that's
20 yards down the field, 25 yards down the field.
Right. And back to the Dallas game, like it was Green Bay Packers wide receivers wide open because the defense didn't even know who they were really guarding and stuff like that. Like it was a lot of breakdowns on that, but if you don't have your defensive line together, your offensive line together, you're gonna have a hard time.
Well, Jerry Jones did all that yapping before game. He called it himself. So
right, the players too. They were confident and they got in there, and got scared and won. So
now what you think about Tampa Bay?
I ain't think that was that good, but
Baker Mayfield, they ain't that good.
Right. They ain't that good, but they got. But I like Todd Bowles as a coach, and man, they were sending them boys that they was messing Jalen Hurts up. If you play like that and you get to the quarterback that quick, it's gonna be hard to score points. You're gonna have to rely on your defense to get stops and picks and pick sixes if you're gonna try to beat a team like that.
Now I didn't watch the game. Now you remember Super Bowl Tampa Bay versus Kansas City?
Tampa Bay and Kansas City. Who was playing? It was Tom Brady. Oh, okay, Tom Brady won. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that defense like that yesterday?
No, I don't think. Well,
because they was old.
Yeah, it was. But right. It don't look like they had the player. It seemed like Tampa Bay had different players when Tom Brady was winning. Like I think they had like a lot of big name players. This last night, they just had like regular players playing hard, getting to the quarterback. And like I said, they may be superstars or maybe Pro Bowl players, but I don't know. But I was looking, I was like, oh, it's no way Tampa Bay gonna beat the Eagles. That's what I was thinking before the game started. But
How you gonna beat the Eagles? Eagles lost most of the games last.
But they still the
week.
Eagles still like I'm like, okay, the Eagles have a good team. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. They should be able to beat Tampa Bay. That's what I was thinking because I don't trust Baker Mayfield. He's all right, but he's not real. But if your defense is solid like that, oh no, you're gonna have a long day.
Now, Brandon, for 6 days in a row, every time you open the door, somebody slap you in the face.
Okay.
On the 7th day, you think it's gonna be different?
It better be, especially if it's the last day. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm on that Eagles team, we've had our chances. We don't have no more chances. This is the last chance. Like, if we don't get our act together on this game, we going home. And I guess they thought that they was gonna be all right. You can't go in these games just we got it. You got to really play. And if you ain't really playing and you don't got no smart coaches doing some different plays and are able to change up on the fly, you're gonna have a long day. And Jalen Hurts had a long day. It wasn't nothing he could do. That brother was running tired, trying to figure out who he gonna throw to make a play because they were still in the game, kinda, but it was no way they could build a drive and keep it going because they was on them.
Well, I'm just glad Jalen Hurts got his money before this season.
But speaking of that, so you don't think they should pay Dak Prescott?
Well, you can pay about $5 million.
Okay.
Or do like they do all the other black quarterbacks or black people, put incentives. Say if you take us to the Super Bowl, we'll pay you $100 million this year.
Right.
But if you don't, $30 million.
Right, because I think you'll get a different outcome when you do stuff like that. But if you just give somebody the money, I don't think Dak want it that bad. Like, he's not one of those quarterbacks. He's not a Tom Brady.
Shit. I bet he does want it that bad.
I can't tell. As soon as the Packers scored, they showed him on the sideline. He knew they wasn't gonna win.
Brett, that's his light skin side coming out. They ain't the real him. He showed the light skin side.
Okay, but can Dak play? He was playing like he couldn't do it, but the second half they kind of snuck back in there. You know, Packers kind of took some of their starters out, and they were, how they do when they get a big lead. They start playing
that
off.
Made a difference. That one they wasn't in play. They was playing.
It wasn't playing.
The clock run out.
Right, and they was hoping it would run out,
and that's what it did.
Mm-hmm. So you do think Dak is a good quarterback, and he still played a good game. Is that what you're trying to say? Because I don't think he played a good game.
I think Zach could be an excellent backup, or he'll be an excellent. He's still a good quarterback.
He's still. I think he's a starter for sure, but he's not a game changer.
See, when you need somebody to run that ball, how many run plays they do?
Yeah, we're talking about Dak or with the running back.
No, just with the Cowboys.
I think they had more running yards than the Pack. Well, no, not than the Pack. No,
I think they're just throwing the ball.
Yeah, they was just throwing it because they couldn't really do anything. Because if they established the run game, I think it would have been a little better. But they got the ball, they threw that pick, they threw the pick six, like they just couldn't. And CeeDee Lamb wasn't doing anything. Like it just wasn't nothing they could do. Like I say, his eyes was big on the sideline. Everybody felt it. It was too much pressure. It's gonna be like that for the next couple of years with the Cowboys. And next year they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this the year for the Cowboys. We playing good. We got 10 wins. They're gonna have 10 wins next year too, probably.
You think?
Yeah, because I still think they're a good team and they still play good. Dak can get you 10 wins. He can get you 10 wins.
I think they said they had 12 wins for the past.
Yeah, for 3 years. Yeah. So they can get 10. They can get 10 easily. But when that playoff comes and they know Jerry Jones is in that booth looking down on them like a slave master on a plantation, boy, if the butts get tight, they start playing out of character. And I think that's what happened. They was playing out of character, and I was glad.
Well, they're just trying to keep Jerry Jones alive because if he get that Super Bowl, he gonna die the following week. He gonna die the following week,
right? And he need to give back. I bet you if he gave $5 million, they might win. His karma would change. Pay them players. But then you say Ezekiel Elliott got hurt. He went to the Patriots and he got hurt.
No, I don't think he's hurt. I don't think he's hurt.
So he was doing decent.
Nah, he plays. He's just like a fullback or something. But I think he had a decent season last year.
Yeah.
Now 8:00. You said 8:00 now.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead to your stuff.
Nah, I can't do. It's too short for me to do Martin Luther King.
Okay. I can't remember if I had anything. So what you want to? We did that. Did you want to talk a little bit about Trump? Because I saw he won.
Yeah, we could talk about Trump.
Okay. So how do you feel?
Okay, this is what I feel about Trump. We ain't gonna talk about the election.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about New York. How crappy the state New York is.
Okay, and why you say that?
New York passed a law. They said, okay, it's like a speak up law. So any person who felt like they were sexually assaulted at any time in the world,
right?
You got 2 years or 3 years to file a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brandon, how about the victims who got shot 5 years ago and the people walking out free? Can they file a lawsuit? No. How about the people got beaten across the head with a bat? Can they file or receive a lawsuit?
No.
How about the people who got oral were no. How about the people who had their arms chopped off in a car accident by a drunk driver? Can they file a lawsuit?
Mm-mm.
Why they'll make a lawsuit if you got a sexual abuse? You can file a civil lawsuit. Why?
I think because, like I say, it looks like you're protecting women, and it's a movement of that, and that'll get you voters. That's what it's all. Go ahead.
Victims of
other crimes,
gun violence, can't do the same thing.
No, because that's just not what this era is about. Like this era is right now that we're in is about sexual abuse, stuff that may not have happened, and we want to give you the power to speak up whenever you want to. Tell us whatever story you want to tell us, and we're gonna get you money. We may not get you justice, but we're gonna get you some money. Somebody's gonna pay.
And Trump is getting sued for $10 million. They're going to court for $10 million.
This is something recently filed.
Yeah, well, it's about to go to trial. $10 million. Allegedly, something happened in the mid-90s, Brandon.
It's a different woman. This is a different woman, not the.
This is a different woman.
Okay.
Now, and you saw how that worked. You talking about the porn star?
Yeah.
Brandon, the porn star was paid to shut up.
Right. And spoke.
Wow. And spoke. Why didn't he get on her? Why they went off of him for paying her and she broke the law?
Right. That's funny. Huh? I paid you to be quiet and you signed. You were okay with being quiet and you signed it. You took the money. You spent the money. Then you broke the deal and you should go to jail.
But he get in trouble.
Right. And when did it come out? During the election, right? It came out when he was trying to run.
A little and settle after the election. You see what I'm saying?
You're right. So now, this is the woman.
This is the woman. Now she's playing. Now she said suing for what's that? Defamation?
Defamation, yeah.
Defamation. Mm-hmm. Now, Brandon, if you're a public figure and you chilling, you Trump. A reporter asks you, President Trump, what you feel about so and so? If you say anything, that you go be sued for it.
Right.
So how he defamation if he gonna answer the question?
Right. But you know what? Is that not what they want? They want to get Trump off the ballot. They want to lock him up. They want to tarnish his name. That's what they want to do. So it don't matter how they got to do it. They want to do it. He won the Iowa caucus or whatever they did. Nobody can beat this man
by 30 points.
Why don't we have any candidates that can beat Trump? Why do you think that is?
Because Trump, I hate to say, Trump is maybe the only president who could do some stuff.
And when you say stuff, what do you mean?
He may be the only president
who can shake up some stuff. Is that
yeah, he may be the only one who could do stuff for black people.
Yeah, but I don't think people want to hear that. And it's not just
Who you think will do something quicker, Joe Biden or Trump?
I know the answer. But do
How
people
long
want to hear
Trump
that?
be in there? And how long Joe Biden been there? Tell me what happened.
Right. And tell me who. I'm not saying that this matters, but who did Biden let out? Like who is he helping? Biden has shown you who he's helping. He's helping the immigrants. That's who he wants. He's already giving speeches. You know, when they were doing the debates, he told you who he wants over here.
Correct.
He's told you who's the afterthought. We are the afterthought. We're the
Correct.
problem. Like it's been times he's had slip ups and he's told you how he feels about black people. You know, we can try to pretend like we don't know what's going on, but
and Trump may be the only person who does not have to sign up with America needs cheap labor all the time.
Yeah.
Because he may not even care about it. He care about his pockets getting fatter.
Yeah. But I hear you. Like, so what's the alternative to, because, you know, Biden is clearly doing something with the immigrants. What do you think, if Trump is elected, what do you think he's going to do differently than this administration is doing?
Well, you need to bring back the tent cities at the border.
Mm-hmm.
So you come in here illegal, you go to a tent for males, females, and kids. We'll arrange you out.
But you remember when Trump was in office, they were showing these camps and it was so awful. And how could we do this to these people? They're just innocent people, right?
Go to a jail in Alabama. Go to a prison in Alabama. Tell how they live it.
Right.
And those citizens.
Right. But you know, they do have those kind of jails. Like they have outside jails. Like
no, not like Alabama.
I mean, prison. No. Okay. Well, how's
people
Alabama different?
People die from mosquitoes in Alabama, Brady.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares either. Nobody cares.
The bugs ate a man up, Brady. Now, how many bugs got to bite you for you to die, Brady? A grown man in prison.
Right. And do you think anybody cares about that? If you die in prison? No, nobody cares. So why do we care so much about this stuff? Or why are they trying to make us care so much? They want to pull on your heartstrings about people coming over here illegally, and they don't take care of the homeless people that are actual citizens in this country.
And what Trump did is the same way. It's better than other countries to do. Okay. If I drop Brandon off at in Egypt and tell her go over there, try to go into Morocco,
go on the border,
and see
might be dead,
and see what the countries do to you.
Right.
You know, at the beginning of the Ukraine war, them immigrants were trying to go into Poland. What did Poland put up? Put them AK-47s. Right. Y'all ain't coming up in here.
And that's kind of protecting your country, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't just let an influx of people come over here, because if your country is already struggling and in debt and is overpopulated in a lot of cities, why would you send more people to these overpopulated cities? For the cheap labor? I get it, but let's send them somewhere where they got open land. There's plenty of land in Utah or Montana or places like that. Why bust them to? Oh, Jesus!
Now hold on. This is America, Brandon.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, just read the topic, because people may not believe what I said. Read the topic.
Man, eaten alive by bug beds in county jail.
And what year is this, Brandon? Can you see that?
Yeah, 2003. 2023.
There you go. And you think I'm joking? I ain't joking. And y'all complain about people sleeping in a cot,
right,
with a aluminum foil blanket over.
But let me ask you: do you think they rather do that or stay where they are? Because it's not like they don't know. Back then, when Trump was in office, it's not like they didn't know what they were headed for. They didn't care. They wanted to get over here and try to make a way, just because they felt helpless in their home country.
They ain't helpless. They know the end goal. They had to endure those cots. Mm-hmm. Then 3 years down the road, they have a landscape company buy a house.
You're right.
They know the end goal.
Right. And they'll endure it because that way is better. That way might be easier than dealing with stuff in their home country.
Yeah, in the home country, somebody's gonna come with them AKs, take all the money. You ain't getting nothing.
Right.
Scamming people. Talk about scamming people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they come over here for a better life.
All right. And I know you say you didn't want to touch on Martin Luther King, but I did want to say one thing because you remember, like,
Brad, I have a whole thing I want to talk about Martin Luther King.
Okay, you want to save it for later?
Yeah, we could do it tomorrow or Thursday if you want to come on.
Okay, I'll say we'll save it for then. But
Operation Bread Basket.
What is that? Because I remember, I kind of remember the term. I just can't remember what it was about.
Yeah, they don't want you to remember. They want you to remember. I have a dream that all men.
Oh, you're talking about when? Yeah. The speeches they want you to know about.
Yeah, they don't want you to know about this
waking up.
Bread basket. They don't want you to know about that.
Right.
The same thing Paul Elster teaches about.
Yeah. But you remember when what's that girl's name? They had that podcast and they was going after Martin Luther King because they were trying to say he was cheating on his wife. B. Simone. Yeah,
B. Simone, steak ass B. Simone, who said she take a shower twice a week, take a bath twice a week.
Right. And they were trying to say he wasn't a good man because he cheated on his wife or whatever.
That's what she said.
But I ain't gonna get too much into it, but don't try to talk junk about him. But I'm pretty sure now those people who were saying that and trying to push that narrative, they sure did try to enjoy that Martin Luther King Day off. They didn't try to go to work. I bet they were celebrating and thinking about the stuff he did do.
Nah, Brandon, don't act crazy.
How am I acting crazy? Go ahead.
When is his birthday, Brandon?
I have no clue.
There you go. See, if they don't know the man's birthday, then how you talk about they thinking about? They ain't thinking about that man.
So if I don't know his birthday, that don't mean I'm discredit. I would try to discredit. I would never try to discredit Martin Luther King.
Well, what you done yesterday for his birthday?
Relax with my family. Something he would want me to do. I didn't try to bring up any allegations he had and try to bring him down as a black man. That's just my whole thing. I don't like when people use that thing when sometimes beautiful women, we're talking about black women, try to tear down a black man just because he had some infidelity stuff. We already know they assassinated this man for a reason. Don't dogpile on top of that and do the opposite of what he was preaching and what he was standing for.
And tell me this: what woman wouldn't sleep with Dr. Martin Luther King?
Right, and you know how he was doing the speeches. Like he had charisma. It wasn't.
Charisma.
You know what we're saying. He was a sharp brother,
educated,
right,
and worked with a whole bunch of women in the background. Masculine. Ain't no bitch need to be talking for me. Man, do all the talking. That's Martin Luther King, ain't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And if his wife ain't doing no complaining about it or talking about it or addressing that, you don't worry about it. Don't try to.
She was doing something.
What did she say about it? She might behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the public. I'm talking about public.
Nah, she was that's why Jennifer Majors want him a Coretta Scott King.
You're right.
To hold me down.
So when he get that text, she just look over. She like,
look. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, don't shoot the man down. And they say this man had a arsenal at the house.
Okay.
You know what arsenal
and then what happened? Yeah. He had a lot of firearms. Or that's what I'm thinking. Is that when he met his demise, or he felt it coming, or he had it before then?
Brandon, first of all, we in the South, everybody got guns.
Second, you got to.
Them boys was violence. They was coming to get you.
Yeah,
you saw how many people got killed for freedom of speech.
Right. Have you ever been to his house? Because like you like to say, Atlanta is my hometown, but I actually been to his. What you about to say?
Last time I've been there, I had to tackle a girl try to burn up the bushes. I'm the person who tackled her. That was in the news a few weeks ago.
Wait, what?
Somebody tried to burn the house down.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Somebody did try to do that.
That was me who did the tackling.
You like, but that's funny. I can't. But what I remember, I kind of remember that story. But why did they say that was going on? I can't remember what they said. Like
I don't know, man. So
I have to go on that story.
But nah, I never been to it. That was a joke. I didn't tackle it, but somebody tried to burn the house down.
Right, and we didn't hear nothing else about it. But
and it was
shout out to
us.
Yeah, right. And it was a beautiful woman, like you say.
Probably heard that Simone.
Be some right. But like I said, don't be on that side of things. Like you may be hurt by a black man, but don't go that route and think you're gonna switch over and somebody else gonna treat you right just because something's wrong with all black men. That's not true. You just haven't found the right person for you, and you might be looking at the wrong type of man.
Something wrong with B. Simone, man.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, she fell out.
A good man. That was something wrong with her.
Yeah. But you know, some people need views and they have to jump out the window and do all that stuff. You think she really felt that way?
Probably. Because she comparing Martin Luther King with a Pookie she had sex with.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's not even comparable. Like you can't like the thing Martin Luther King lost his life trying to fight for the freedoms that we have today. Like you can't just diminish all of that because you felt like he cheated on his wife or might have not carried himself the way you thought he should carry himself. You don't know what kind of relationship they had, or just she may have forgiven him for what he did. Like that's none of your business.
Did he have kids outside the marriage, Brandon?
I don't think so. I don't.
So what the evidence of cheating at? Guys didn't use no rubbers back then.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Do you know like the FBI may or not have been, because I'm not going to put that out there, but like we already know how this government does with people who try to rise up and be a leader or a spokesperson for our community. Somehow they get assassinated or get killed or they get shot and then they go to the hospital and the nurse, you know, I can't remember what they said the nurse did in the hospital, because later on she was like, yeah, we said something or spit on him and they didn't give him the proper service that he needed.
The man got shot with a hunting rifle, a big bullet
in Tennessee. Right.
Was it Memphis?
Might have been. I can't, like I said,
or Nashville, one of those places. You ain't no coming back from that, Brandon.
You're right. But can we get the proper care and dignity we deserve?
Where
in the South?
No, you only in your house. Sometimes you can't get it there.
Right.
So only at your house. All right, Brandon.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Timothy. He always hold us down in our live chat. Make sure you all watch some of our old videos. We'll probably be back in a couple of days. Louis, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, guys, take it easy. Share this out. Hit the like button. Thank you.
All right, y'all take care.